friends. Thanks for joining us here on Kickin It with Kay. I am a senior communication studies major here at Bridgewater College in VA. So here we're going to have an open discussion talk show. It's going to be about things that people from any gender, race, or anything can relate to. So it's going to be myself as well as two special co-hosts. And today's topic is going to be what's harder, letting go, moving on, or starting over. But before we get into it, let's meet our lovely co-hosts.
What's up? So I'm Paul, class of 2020. I'm a freshman here at BC, play on the basketball team, and my major is health and exercise science.
I'm Jessica Swenson. I'm a senior this year, and my major is neuropsych. And I'm also a founding member of Peer Advocates, which is a mental health organization on campus.
All right, so they are great. These are my two favorite people. You'll hear me say that a lot, these are my two favorite. So let's get right into it. Paulie, what do you think?
All right, so I definitely think moving on is the hardest.
Okay, let's be real. It's letting go. Okay,
and let's be real. It's starting over. So obviously we have ourselves an issue.
Amen.
So let's get right into it. Paulie, why do you feel that way?
I definitely feel like moving on is hardest just because learning to be by yourself after you've been with somebody else for so long is just a new thing that people really have to get adjusted to, and I think it's a lot harder than letting go or starting over.
Okay. Jess?
I feel like letting go is one of life's lessons that people don't learn. Life is always throwing things in your lap, and most people are failing those tests. And so letting go is something that I know I desperately need to expand upon, and most of my friends and family around me do as well.
Okay, I definitely understand that.
Definitely.
Well, y'all, according to marriage expert Helen Chin, 85% of relationships end in breakup. So obviously this is a conversation that definitely needs to be had. We are definitely trying to help you guys get through it. Let's figure out what we can get here to take away and help you guys out. Like I said, starting over is the toughest. Starting over with someone new is always like such a hard situation.
I can agree with that.
So, I mean, I'm not a fan. I don't want to start over. Me and my boyfriend are currently mad at each other, and I'm not even thinking about starting over. So, that's me.
My most recent encounter of learning to let go, and the hardest one I've had to achieve yet, was breaking up with my fiance. The relationship was toxic, but I was so focused on loving him and making him happy that I didn't realize that it was tearing me apart as a person. So, let it go.
I definitely feel you. I mean, with moving on, I know my past girlfriend, once we had broke up, I mean, that was like my girl. Like, I was down for you, feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Anything she needed, she got it. Like, it was what it was. But once I separated from that, it was more so trying to find myself and trying to figure out what I need to do to better myself for the next person. I feel like that's where the hard part came in for me, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel both of y'all. But starting over, it's like, you meet your boyfriend meets your family, and that means that, your family got to start over too. Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
It's part of it, though.
No.
But that doesn't make it the hardest part.
No,
it's just part of it.
Okay.
They all kind of intertwine, but it's not the hardest.
Yeah, they all intertwine, they do, but it's just like, especially if love is involved, like, it's just, my boyfriend pisses me off, like, regularly. But I can't imagine starting over. Like, I can't. Like,
so what you're saying is you can't let go. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I'm saying that I can't start over.
Whoa, I don't know about that.
Wait, hold on.
Both of y'all are saying y'all can't move on, so that's really what it's coming down to.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, hey.
Listen.
But starting over is it's doable. Like, I was so depressed by the end of my relationship that I could hardly find the strength to get out of bed. And you can't pour from an empty glass, and I was bone dry. So at the end of the day, I was being completely selfless, and he was being selfish. Mm-hmm. In a recent survey of 2,000 people conducted jointly by Today and AOL, over 1 in 3 adults admit that they fear being alone. And I think that has a huge impact of why people can't let go, because they don't want to find that time to get themselves together and find them. They don't want to be alone. They need that person by them, that security blanket. And that's why they can't let go.
Man, I mean, I don't know though, but moving on is definitely hard. I mean, letting go is obviously a issue for a lot of people, and I think we all need to learn from that too. But at the same time, moving on is something that's really like incredible in itself. Because one study said that it takes 11 weeks for people to even gain some type of positive feeling from moving on, and then 15 to maybe 16 before you're back on your feet, maybe feeling like who you used to be.
Well, that explains a lot.
That's definitely. It's definitely something.
I mean, no, but when it comes to moving on, I feel like it depends on why you're moving on. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm with you on that one.
So if your significant other like cheated, like you have no choice but to move on because like they moved on, you got to move on. You can't stay stuck.
Exactly.
So, but when it comes to starting over, it's like even if the person cheated, even if the person lied, it's like that's tough regardless. Like there's no level of like harder. It's not harder or easier in any different situation of starting over. It's like starting over is like
it's starting over.
It's starting over.
Yeah, but like that's something we see every day though. Like with the internet and with people being able to make connections with people that they weren't able to reach, previously. Like we see it all the time, and it's tough, but it's something you can completely do. There's always someone like is sliding into your DMs just waiting for you and your man to break up for you and your girl to break up for whomever your significant other or others are. Like somebody's waiting. So moving on isn't that difficult because you've got like, I don't know about y'all, but I may or may not have people on deck.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hold up now.
Okay.
So moving on is not the issue. It's letting go of the one that you want. Like,
but there's so many like motivational like movies and stuff about like letting go. I feel like it's doable just because you see it, you see it, right?
Visual.
Cousins, parents, like it's that stage that sucks where it's like,
what are you talking about? In every movie,
letting
the
go
guy and the girl get like they always
way.
get back to each other. Like they find each other after years and tribulation and hard
I need to just
times.
think of a movie really quick. Hold up.
The Notebook. She ran away with some other fella and came back to the original baby because
The Notebook
why?
is
Wait, she couldn't let go. She couldn't let go of daddy. Okay.
Wait, there has to be a movie. I can't think. Hold on. Of letting go and it worked.
I don't even know.
You supposed to be.
Hey, look, I'm trying.
I got one Castaway where he's on the island by himself.
He's rolling.
Wait. Frozen.
What about Frozen?
Princess. She let go because
when
the dude was.
the dude.
You just let it go.
Okay.
Let it go.
Look,
let it go.
Frozen is solid, and she had a song with it. Come on.
See, valid. She
was
able.
What was she letting go of?
She was letting go of the dude that was doing her dirty.
No, her
little
sister was letting go. She was letting go of the fact that she can't control her power. Get it right, Kayla.
But at the end of the day, she let it go, right?
We're talking about relationships. Like, what are you?
Listen, starting over, you have to remember another birthday. You have to remember another anniversary. You have to remember everything. Like, that's one piece. I don't have time to do that. Like,
I'm with you.
More anniversaries, more parties, more events. Like, they might be like going through something and you're supposed to be there. Like, come on. Like, I don't have time.
That sucks.
For that.
Like, no, I agree with you. That sucks. But those are facts. Like, that is doable. Okay? Like, you need to be able to let go to move on. Like, that's simple as that. You need to be able to let go.
You said move on?
I mean,
you slipped it. You slipped it.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying it's moving's on and everything. Since we on the analogies,
I'm just so not with like wasted time. Like time is so important.
Time is
so starting over with somebody. What if you start over and they suck? You know,
you
what I'm saying?
need to
like,
go in it with a fresh aspect though. Like you can't carry all the baggage from the people who've done you dirty. Like you need to go into it with a fresh, clean slate because these people have not done anything to you yet. But they still haven't done anything to you. You can't come in here saying you're cheating on me like it's the first date. Like I don't even know. I don't even know your middle name. Like it's not like that. So you need to take the time to put those things behind you, and that's part of letting go. You have to let go of the hurt. You have to let go of all of the bad experiences you had with them because otherwise those are weighing heavy on you. If you didn't let them go. The next person is a rebound. Yeah. That until you let go, every person you date is a rebound.
Definitely.
That's valid.
I mean, when it comes down to it, I think we can all see that they all intertwine.
They do.
Letting go definitely has to. You have to move on to let go, and you have to continue to move on to move forward. and start over with somebody new. So I definitely think we can all agree that it's all on the same page.
That's very true. So let's do a takeaway. So just what is your one takeaway for today's episode?
In order to move on, you need to move forward, and dwelling only is going to hold you back. So make sure, you focus on you. You focus on the best parts of you, and that's going to help you let go and move on.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's valid. Paulie, what about you?
I mean, definitely letting go and starting over are pretty hard, but moving on to me was the hardest. But out of all of those, you just need to learn how to better yourself and learn how to be by yourself and build up yourself for the next person to come along. That way you guys can be successful in your relationship.
Mm-hmm. Motivation, y'all. My takeaway is to make sure that you're ready to start over before starting over. Not because you're lonely or because you see other people that you feel like are more happier than you. Find happiness within yourself first and take these steps very, very slowly. So there's no rush. Mm-hmm. Just do you.
It sounds like we're all in consensus here.
For sure.
Like, you need to work on you and make sure you're put together before you can move on and be with other people and let go and before you can start over.
It's the best way to do it.
We're working together here, y'all.
Hey, holla. Yes. Well, I hope that you all were able to relate and or love this episode like we were.
Of course.
So until next time, y'all, thank you for kicking it with Kay.
And we out.